to the Space for Kentucky Roundtable. The Space for Kentucky Roundtable is a place to bring together space-focused businesses and enthusiasts so we can learn, discuss, and share insights about the space industry. This provides an opportunity for companies and individuals to come together to grow our space economy. Please take a minute to sign up for the Space for Kentucky notifications so that you are aware of all the amazing things that are coming up. In addition, here is a page of resources and links to help you get space into your classroom. I will add more as I get them. Tonight, we have 5 amazing educators that will present, and I hope that you will leave inspired to bring space into your classroom. All right. And I have many of the links that we'll be discussing tonight are on the webpage that is for this meeting, and I will also put that in the chat. So there's a bunch from the International Space Station, a bunch from NASA, and we will do that. So we will go from Courtney to NASA. So Dr. Deepika Sangam is an education specialist with NASA, and she works with educators nationwide in integrating real-world NASA STEM content into their classrooms. Welcome, Dr. Deepika Sangam.
So happy to be here. Thank you for the opportunity. Are you all able to see my screen?
We are.
Okay, wonderful. So looks like a lot of people here today are very much into space education and have great passion for that. So I'm happy to share the platform with them. But my message too is more towards a broader public, like for people who never thought of how to bring NASA into their classrooms. So I'm really excited to share the wealth of NASA resources available for educators. These resources are designed to inspire and empower educators in providing exceptional learning experience for students. So let's dive in. So on a scale of 1 to 5, if you don't mind, you can type in the chat, what is your familiarity with what NASA STEM has to offer in terms of engagement opportunities with both students and teachers? So again, thanks for the introduction. My name is Deepika Sangam. I have a background in engineering, education, and engineering education research, and I currently specialize broadly in STEM education. I serve as the Educator Professional Development Specialist for NASA STEM, where I assist teachers in preparing the next generation of explorers. So bringing all that amazing science, technology, engineering, and math content into classrooms is my job, and I love doing what I do. And we try to bring in research-based perspectives every time we do that so that we are effective in what we do. Here's one of our newer videos. I'm going to play it. It shows the breadth of goals for NASA as a science agency. And again, with all work that NASA does, we also look at what is the benefit to humanity. I think videos like this are great engagement tools in classrooms to inspire students. So let's check this out.
Let us continue to dream the impossible dream that now becomes real.
Space is for everyone.
We humans really are connected to the universe.
The Earth's climate is changing. We have documented the changes.
And we have touchdown!
And liftoff. The Starliner is headed back to space on the shoulders of Atlas.
The Artemis generation stands ready to return humanity to the moon and then to take us further than ever before to Mars.
Okay. NASA videos are very well made and very inspirational, and I always tell my educators that they're a great tool to use in classroom. That video specifically showed us the breadth of NASA's work, and it is everything. They seem to set goals and achieve them as truly an engineering and scientific marvel. So there is a great story, and the NASA's Office of STEM Engagement's job is to bring that story into classrooms and inspire students so that it helps them build their STEM identity. Work is done across all of NASA centers and facilities spread across the country. Each center has its own expertise. And given your geographical location and the subjects that you teach, the unique expertise of each of these centers could offer you some opportunities that are really accessible. So definitely check them out, find out whichever center you're closer to. There are educator opportunities, student opportunities that become available. And NASA's work is broken down into 5 mission directorates. We have the Aeronautics, Exploration System Science, Space Operations, and Space Technology. ARMD, which is the Aeronautics Research Mission Directorate, it works for the benefits of today's air transportation system, aviation industry, and passengers and businesses rely on that. That's why they often, use this tagline, NASA is with you when you fly. Aeronautics research was that stepping stone that has led us to space exploration, and NASA is continuing its leadership in aviation research as well. And Exploration Systems Development Mission Directorate manages programs critical to NASA's Artemis missions and planning for NASA's Moon to Mars exploration in an integrated manner. Science Mission Directorate is responsible for directing and overseeing NASA's space research program in Earth and space science. And you have the space operations that's related to ISS and commercial launch services. And then finally, the Technology Mission Directorate, it drives the exploration to Moon, Mars, and beyond. This directorate is focused on advancing technologies and testing new capabilities at the Moon that will be critical for the crewed missions to Mars. So everything that NASA is doing with the Artemis missions is with Mars insight, because that's our natural next stepping stone. And all the technologies that the STMD is a part of are those engineering test beds that will then be used for Mars. So NASA knows that in order to continue its work, its aspirations, it needs to invest in STEM education so the students of today can become next generation of NASA. NASA has an office dedicated to STEM education efforts called the Office of STEM Engagement. And one of the initiatives within the Office of STEM Engagement is Next Generation STEM that I am directly associated with. And I do a lot of work with those resources, and we'll look at what those resources are. But ultimately, NASA's Office of STEM Engagement's vision is to immerse students in NASA's work, enhance STEM literacy, and inspire. So if you look at the bottom of the slide here, we say inspire, engage, educate, and employ. So we have that long view of a diverse workforce development as well in all our efforts. This is Next Gen STEM. It's another video that beautifully captures everything, all the efforts under Next Gen STEM and how we are getting up to make an impact in K-12 STEM education.
Next Gen STEM, or NGS, is a project from NASA's Office of STEM Engagement designed to bring NASA's missions, people, and content to classrooms and living rooms across the country. Next Gen STEM offers K-12 students and educators innovative products, experiences, challenges, competitions, and opportunities only NASA can provide. These products are designed for students in schools, after-school programs, informal institutions like museums and science centers, and at home. What can educators expect from NGS? Next Gen STEM offers live, virtual connections where students can hear from STEM role models at NASA with diverse geographic and career backgrounds. Students can ask questions and hear answers in real time. Through downlink opportunities, students can even connect with astronauts living and working on the International Space Station. We have annual challenges and competitions where students can research, launch rockets, and plan missions, just like NASA's scientists, astronauts, and engineers. NextGen STEM offers educators free professional development training and on-demand digital badging. In addition, we leverage an online community of practice called NASA Connects. It's an online platform where new and experienced professionals in STEM education can join discussions, share best practices, learn about the latest events and opportunities at NASA, and download free STEM products. Through our NASA Team 2 Awards, informal education institutions across the country have developed a substantial body of resources to foster STEM learning in their communities. Inside our curricula support materials and toolkits, educators can find slides, posters, videos, and resources. Our videos include helpful tutorials, step-by-step demonstrations, and attention-grabbing short films. To learn more about NextGen STEM, visit NASA's Office of STEM Engagement's website and join the NASA Connects community of practice today.
NextGen STEM is organized in 4 mission focus areas. The first one is Moon, which focuses on Artemis missions from launch to splashdown. Anyone can learn about the ground transportation, exploration, communication systems, and learn about how NASA plans to make use of these missions to return humans to the moon. And the solar system and beyond, which allows students to learn more about NASA and how NASA is uncovering newer worlds, stars, and cosmic mysteries near and far with our powerful fleet of space and ground missions. Again, Aeronaut X, as we call it, is focused on NASA's aviation research and what is the new generation of flight. They can take a deep dive into that. And the Earth mission focus area helps students learn about Earth, climate science, and connect students with the International Space Station, its crew, and learn more ways about how to contribute to NASA's missions. So oftentimes, whenever you see our offerings, they're always identified by which mission focus areas they are associated with. So just to provide a quick visual, here we have resources for both educators and students. For educators, you can find educator guides, which are packaged hands-on activities with excellent background information that helps you tell that NASA story and bring it in your classrooms. We offer professional development, the video reference, the Team 2 awards, and then finally community of practice. And for students, we have internships and fellowships, learning resources for them to go read articles and dive deeper into a topic, and open-ended challenges, and also resources for out-of-school learning. Now let's look at some of the educator resources a little bit in depth. This is our new website, which is going to be launched really soon. This is the beta. It's not live yet, but I'm really impressed with how well we've organized all this and made it really easy to use. So this is a screenshot of what that new website is going to look like. You have resources for K through 12 educators, organized by grade level. Then we have resource collections, which are all the learning resources on a particular topic. Here you see Earth science, Earth's moon, aeronautics of flight. All of these are different collections and many more. There's a search feature where you can, curate your own resources by topic or grade level or any of these STEM disciplines. My group, I work with the Educator Professional Development team, and our offerings are you can think of them along these 3 lines. We have online webinars, we do in-person Educator Professional Development workshops, and we also do conference presentations. We are there at some of the big conferences across the nation, so come find us there. And we also do external requests, like Space for Kentucky is just an example that came our way, and we're happy to share our work. So with EPD, our focus is again linking K through 12 content to NASA missions. We want to do it in a culturally relevant manner, make it really accessible for all students, and all the while utilizing current pedagogy and learning strategies. And then we want to also help not only build the STEM content knowledge of educators, but also their own identity. And we want to focus on continuous. We believe in that sustained educator professional development, and a big part of that approach is our community of practice platform, NASA Connects, that you heard about in the video. And it's open to all educators, pre-service, in-service, formal, informal. We do webinars, weekly webinars. We have a webinar called NASA 101, which is going to be much like what you're hearing me share today. It's going to be for those educators who've never heard of how NASA can be in their classrooms. I recently was in Miami doing a professional development event with the Miami-Dade School District, and I was very lucky to be in the room because none of those educators had ever even thought of how to bring NASA story or resources into the classroom. So NASA 101 is a webinar for school districts who've never even thought of bringing NASA into their classrooms. And we do weekly webinars focused on each of those mission focus areas. So we have one per week. So if you are interested in learning about how to bring the NASA Artemis story in your classroom, you'll find one webinar a month that talks about the different aspects of that story and related hands-on activity and pedagogy. We do once a quarter, we do Spanish language webinars, and then we do special webinars as well, specially requested ones. In person, we do workshops where the focus is hands-on activity and making those real world connections to NASA STEM, the science and technology and engineering challenges that our scientists and engineers at NASA are working on, and how to bring them into the classroom is the focus of those workshops. We do conferences. We are going to do something called STEM 101 workshops. We piloted one this summer at Johnson Space Center. It was a 3-day workshop with an immersive experience at the NASA Center where they engage in multiple hands-on activities, build that community, and reflect on how they can, broaden participation in STEM, not just keep students busy with the hands-on activities, but make those real life connections in a culturally responsive manner and build their identity. And we do a lecture and speaking engagements, but all these have to go through our request process that you'll become familiar with. And I highly encourage all of you to join our community of practice, NASA Connects. As the video indicated, there are multiple opportunities that will become available on this platform. And this is your one-stop shop for all things NASA STEM education. So please get on that. And I've shared how to create an account on that platform with Izzy, and I think those resources are going to be available for everyone as well. So get on Connect with us, ask your questions, and get access to those exclusive opportunities. Next few slides, go through the account creation process. Again, it is a few steps, but we have a really good resources and support available to you to get on Connect. So definitely check out those links that will be shared on the website. And we have MUREP. MUREP is the Minority University Research and Education Program. The goal here, again, is to broaden participation by working with students and educators from institutions where the majority is underrepresented population in STEM. We give them awards and also directly engage them in our programs. Sparks is another program. It is a low barrier, one of our low barrier programs, and it stands for Sparking Participation in Real World STEM Experiences. It's open enrollment in the sense that you can join anytime. If you haven't already done it, you haven't missed much, you can get on anytime. We have webinars talking about how to implement Spark. So we have that support available for you year round when you want to get on Sparks and implement that program in your classrooms. It's for grades K through 12, and we have different modules and the guides to go along with that. So a really neatly packaged set of activities, again, telling a story. I did a professional development on the 6 through 8 AstroBioBot. So it's based on a graphic novel, and it's a story about the challenges encountered by that robot when it's landing on Mars, and what are some of those engineering solutions related to that challenge. So really neatly packaged. There's a video here, but I'm not going to play in the interest of time. Again, students can directly engage with NASA STEM as well. We have resources curated for them. There are open-ended challenges that students can take part. This allows students to join teams with a faculty mentor and solve those open-ended problems, and there are going to be prizes and cool opportunities for the winning teams. Again, we talked about in-flight downlinks. These are really popular. There's an application process for this. You apply, and then you get to talk to astronauts about the ISS and ask them questions and look at some cool STEM demonstrations as well. Aside from NASA Connects, NASA Express is something else you want to sign on to. It's our newsletter that goes out every week with the latest student and educator opportunities. And finally, if you're interested in getting more involved and staying up to date with all our latest NASA offerings, please connect with us on social media. And that's all I have. This is my team's email. If you have any question, please reach out to us. And again, thank you all for being here today as we delve into what all resources that NASA has to offer. I think, you will be amazed at what you can do with that for your students and how you can inspire them and prepare them for STEM. So thanks again.
Thank you very much. And I would also like to make a note that there is an open house at Langley coming up. So if you're nearby, it looks very interesting. So I will make sure that there's a link in there to that as well.
Thank you.
NASA Langley.
I know I can only scratch the surface here. There are way too many opportunities that are there. And that is why I want to really emphasize that NASA Connects is a place to learn about everything. We have a virtual career fair and many things going on. There's only so much I could cover here, but then the big takeaway is, to be involved with NASA STEM, you want to get on Connects and stay engaged with us there. Thank you.
And there was one comment in here about Space for Kentucky being for Kentucky. One of the things that's interesting about this is that it's global. Kentucky is just a very small part, but the challenges that Kentucky faces in bringing STEM and bringing space into the classroom, it's everywhere. That's a problem everywhere, regardless of. Robert is from Ecuador, and he faces similar challenges that Eastern Kentucky faces. So this is a global thing. So thank you so much, Dr. Deepika. And is there any questions for her? I mean, there is a ton of stuff from NASA. NASA is the pinnacle of what space education is. So
Izzy, just one quick question.
Yes.
You can have those presentations available. They're wonderful. They could be shared.
The NASA presentations, yes. And I will put that back in the chat room. I have quite a few of those links there, and I will be adding more. That's going to be a living place to get some resources. I want to sincerely thank all the presenters tonight. Courtney Black, Dr. Deepika Sangam, Kaci Heins, Dr. Mark Wagner, and Robert Ion. Thank you so much for spending your night with us and sharing space. Please take a minute and sign up for Space for Kentucky notifications. And one last time, here's the website where you can get the resources that we discussed tonight and more. We will add, if you have more, please send them to me and we will get them on there. I hope that you have found this evening enjoyable and inspirational, and I hope it has inspired you to reach for the stars.